All right. Welcome back to another episode of Sunny Days at the Racetrack. How we doing, man?
Chilling, brother, chilling.
This guy's in mourning still. Look at the black. Oh my god. My god. Shit. The mustache is coming in. No, I like
It
to
is
see it a
in.
little bit thicker. I'm very disappointed. You gotta speed it up. Speed up just a little bit. Step.
I know. Here we go.
All right. This team is back to 500, which is great news because we were looking pretty bad for the last 5 games. But now
Yeah.
we've kind of squared everything away just at least a little bit before this big upcoming road trip.
Yeah, we got the first back-to-back wins of the season, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I fell in overtime to Jersey. That was, but at least we picked up a few points this week.
Yeah.
So get us back up in the standings a little bit. See the new lines kind of clicking a little bit. Defense is still struggling though with the defensive pairings.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be like the weak point right now. But offensively, I mean, we're scoring more than 2 or 3 points a game, 2-3 goals a game, so it's nice. Just that defense needs to get some fire underneath it because it's struggling right now.
Yeah, definitely struggling. Definitely still have the same problems of turnovers and being out of position, not playing a full 60. That's a whole team problem. But the turnovers down the board with everybody has just been pretty bad. Even the game against Ottawa, we still had, I think, 23 turnovers or something.
It's a lot,
crazy.
man.
And we won that game, but still, it's like you can't be turning that over.
Yeah.
But no, this team, we got 5 of the last possible 6 points out of those last 3 games, which is great. Losing in overtime to the Devils fucking sucked because that's another blown.
Yeah, I know. Up 3-1, 2 late in the third, and then he just gets blown. So
yeah.
But it's games like that it sucks, man, because we know we're gonna need those points later down in the road in the season. We're gonna need those.
Yeah.
But we'll make up for it somewhere. We're back on the ice tomorrow, I believe. So
yeah, tomorrow against Edmonton, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Well, that'll be tough, especially now that Connor McDavid is healthy and back.
He just got back,
and he's playing
perfect timing.
He's playing really good.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, listen, we played good teams. We played good teams well. Like we played the Rangers pretty well. I thought we played Florida pretty well. They put the Avalanche on a shit streak to start the season, but I mean, I think they're pretty good. But nonetheless, I mean, like I said, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. It's gonna be a tough game, but I don't know who's gonna be in net. Hopefully, Sorokin.
I'm assuming it'll be Sorokin again.
Yep, I get the nod. But offensively, like I said, offensively is kind of clicking. First line's pretty good. I like it. I like the Splakov. I like Horvat. But defense, that's where our struggle is right now. So
yeah, for sure. Particularly Horvat has been killing it on that top line with Pajot and Lee. But Pajot's been getting a lot of time too.
Getting a lot of looks too.
Yeah, he has 2 goals in the last 3 games, which is great. And then Horvat's up to 5 points already in the last 3 games. I think he's got like 4 assists and he got a goal against Jersey.
Yeah, and then just Spago's doing great on the second line with Palmieri and Horvat. I mean Palmieri and Nelson. Nelson's great, man. He's definitely one of the key offensive players that has this team going. Consistency too, man. You don't have to worry about him getting streaky. He's always consistent.
Yeah.
But I do like you said, you brought it up. I like Pajot getting more into it. You know, he's not just like the all hands player, you know, all jack of all trades, but he's getting offense and he's capitalizing, especially in the crease. So, yeah, man, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with his performance too. Sorokin's playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
out of his mind, keeping us in games that we should have been in. That New Jersey game, it could have been a blowout from the jump, but he kept us in it, and thank God. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, we're fortunate with that. It's gonna be a long 4 to 6 weeks with Duclair and Barzal, but when they come back, hopefully we're still in the mix of it. We tend to do good in my eyes. We tend to do good after like the second half of the season, like after that January and February. That's when we start to like get that steamroll. We always have slow starts, like historically. So hopefully in our end, you know, we stay consistent with these wins. We don't drop below 500. We kind of stay in the mix. And just in time for Duclair and Barzal to get back. Definitely miss Riley. Definitely miss Romanov. Romanov could be back any day, though. Right? Yeah. So he could be back any day, though, which will help us out greatly. I think he would be paired up well with any of these guys. All these guys need help. I mean, Dobson needs help. But any of these guys need it right now. In all honesty, Mayfield's fucking hurting. Dobson's hurting. Every one of these guys is is hurting, and you can see why we picked up Bartuzo last year when shit hits the fan like this.
Yeah.
The big one that we didn't talk about is Isaiah George. I mean, he's killing it for a 20-year-old.
20-year-old killing it, yeah. Getting 25 minutes of ice
25
time.
minutes of ice time. He's putting shots on goal. Like, that's shit that you want to see, man. I mean, that's stuff that makes you happy. Like, yeah, you know what? Like, it's not like football. Like, when you draft somebody, you see him that year. This is hockey. You'll see him in 10 years. But it's crazy seeing him now. You know? So, definitely cool to see him on the ice. Put some spunk in it. He had a cool overtime shot when he pushed the crease. Against Jersey, he didn't go in, but it's still nice. He had a little balls up to the wall on that, especially in 3-3 hockey. So, yeah, man. I mean, a lot of went down this week. Got a few wins. I was happy with that. But another week ahead, another few games in the in the book that are coming up. Gotta win, man. I mean, I'm confident with Sorokin in the net. It's just if our guys, it's our defense. Our power play kill is terrible.
Yeah,
it's absolutely terrible. Even when Jersey pulled their goalie. With like 2 minutes left, like you just knew they were going to score because there's just nonstop pressure on our own guys. It's tough, man. I don't know. Special teams is just shit. That's what it is. We can't play anything but 5-on-5 hockey right now.
Yeah, that was a problem last season. Even when Watts
it's a problem this season. And it's bad. Our faceoffs are great. Our aggressiveness, I think we're aggressive. It's just our defensive and our special teams is just dog shit. And that's where it's gonna. Playoffs or no playoffs, that's where it's all going to matter, man. I mean, it's just going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. It'll make or break a team. And like you said, speaking of aggressiveness, we definitely are aggressive, but then we're also leaving guys alone when we're pushing up on the, having our D push up on the play. Yep. I mean, even though it was 3-on-3, it did happen on Hughes' first goal. Yeah, so and then they did it again in overtime. Like, you can't leave guys like that alone.
Especially him, doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, you can't leave guys.
So you're 100% right, bro. That Jersey game was definitely a nut shot.
Yeah.
That's one you want to take home. That's one you want to win. You're 100% right. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. No matter what, no matter how tenured you are, how new you are, you can't be leaving these guys like that. I don't know if it comes down to how physical they are, how conditioned they are, or whatever, but taking these penalties, man, and just knowing that we can't fucking defend it and kill the time is like terrible. Yeah. I think we're like 50% on it, which is ass.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have 2-3 penalties games. I mean, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, we're 15 games in right now. You can't be fucking playing like this.
I know.
It's pretty bad.
You feel bad for Sorokin.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel bad.
I mean, he's our number one penalty killer, but that relies on a lot of other people. Speaking of Isaiah George, I mean, that it was almost a 200-foot, all by himself. It went end to end right there, and I really thought he was going to finish it. That would have been a fucking icing on the cake.
Cool, right?
In the NHL. I mean, my God. But yeah, I mean, Waugh obviously has a lot of trust in the kid. Unlike Bolduc, because a lot of people were saying, he didn't give Bolduc as much of leeway. Bolduc's had a couple seasons of coming up now.
Yeah, so. Bolduc, but we saw a lot of Bolduc last year too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's had plenty of chances, plenty of games under his belt already. A couple training camps. He should be kind of knowing how he's supposed
aware
to
of what's going on. Yeah,
and George, I mean, if you want to look at him as like basic athletes, he seems like he has a lot more skills and talent, raw talent than Bolduc does. I mean, with his speed and his stick handling, the guy is great. I mean, he can move really, really well, which is nice. We need some more offensive defensemen because right now we have Dobson, who really, handles well. Riley, who was our guy of really kind of quarterbacking the power play with his speed. But
and Romy.
I mean, Romy's there, but he's not like that offensive-minded defenseman. Pollock's got that shot like a motherfucker, but it's just like somebody to kind of enter the zone other than Barzell or Riley. It would be nice to have.
It's Kate. Yeah, the only really guy, the only guy that really shoots on defense is Dobson.
Yeah. So Dobson and Pollock. Pollock definitely has a rocket. But it would be nice to have somebody like George come in and kind of take a spot. Especially, we were talking about this before outside of the show that if we do have a full healthy squad at some point, there's going to be somebody that's going to end up being the odd man out. And, you have guys that have been playing well. We've been talking about guys that have been playing really, really well these last 3 games. But there's obviously some guys that are not playing well at all these last 3 games, despite our success. One of them being Mayfield, who you already mentioned. So
he's he ain't there, man.
Yeah,
he ain't there, and you can tell he's getting outplayed because he's reaching, he's hooking a lot.
Yeah,
he's hooking a lot. He's getting blown on. He's getting blown on rushes, and his tickets going between the guy's legs or whatever, and then boom, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and so it's very often now, and it hurts. And it's obvious too. But you can't do nothing right now. We don't have anybody.
Yeah, and he's going to give him more time over Chalowski. Chalowski has been doing a lot of those.
He's doing good, man. He got a goal.
He did get a goal, but he did have a questionable. It was a high stick, but he was almost like hooking him, and then he high sticked him at the same time, and it was a very, very lazy play. But that's why the guys get
Jersey, I think, right?
And that's why he's getting like 10 minutes of ice time tops. He was thrown to the box. They scored. That was Luke Hughes' first goal on the power play.
And thank God he scored, bro.
Yeah, which is great. You can, not everybody's gonna be able to make up for it. It's great that he's using the most out of his time, but now you're pretty much, we might as well have not done any of that. Don't give up the power play. Don't give up the goal, and you don't have to go back and fucking score. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
So
you're right. It's just one of those. It was an all right week. That's how I see it. I'm happy we got the couple wins. It's just it needs to be consistent. You know what I mean? I don't want to look back a month from now like damn, bro, we haven't had a back-to-back win since November. There's a lot of moving parts, man. It's a lot of Bridgeport guys right now are playing, so everything is being accustomed to how other guys are playing. So it's difficult. It's a little frustrating,
Yeah.
Hopefully things change soon with Barzy and Duclair and Riley and Romanov and Pellick and everybody else that's hurt. So
5 guys out.
It's tough, man. It's tough, and it's not even just it's not just a couple. It's 5 guys, bro. It's 2/3 of our first line.
Yeah,
it's 3 defenders and including a defensive pairing, right? Pretty much. It's
a person from every pairing. That's the thing that's most.
That's the thing, man. There's no Pellick for Pollock. There's no Romy for Dobson, and there's no Riley for Mayfield. And Riley's like Mayfield's guide dog. So
at this point, but listen, if we get Romanov back, that'd be great. And it's one of those things that I think it's definitely happened last time. Not Romanov. It was right when we signed Horvat, and then Barzal went down, and then
2023 in March.
And right when he went down, Barzal, and we had that little bit of stretch of time before we got to make playoffs. And Horvat really turned on another level in his game, and a lot of the other teammates, they also started to elevate their game as well. And I feel like that's something that happens with this team every time Barzal's down, because we got to find another way to enter the zone. So our zone entry completely changes for most of these plays.
I think Nelson kind of stepped up too. And Palmieri, that second
Palmieri
line
for sure. Oh my God,
that second line really is on it, man. And JPG too is another guy that's on his shit too.
Yeah.
So that second line really stepped up and filled in the shoes of what's missing on that first line. What I hope I see is that we barely got to see Duclair play. So I'm hoping it pans out. Hoping this whole signing pans out, and he comes back healthy and he plays when he's healthy. I'm just hoping that works out. I was looking forward to this whole offseason to seeing this first line play. So I'm just hoping it's good. That's what I want to make sure it's good.
Yeah, the first line, even before he got hurt, they looked pretty decent. But the thing that was kind of surprising was that it was mainly Barzal that was kind of lighting it up, and Horvat was getting points here and there, but he wasn't really at the level that he's playing right now. He's almost like, with him not having Barzal and Duclair, he's like, all right, this is my line. Like he's just kind of leading head first, and he's scoring, which is great. But the guys that he has on his line aren't pushovers either. He's not a lone man. Technically he's the lone original guy, but having Pajot and somebody like Lee, who's actually really playing well, crashing the net really well too, getting a big body in there, much like we were talking about Zablakov does. It's nice to see that different look on the first line. That first line is no longer speed. That first line is a lot of aggressively crashing the net and having some pretty good shots, which Pajot has a monster shot too. He's very, very sneaky. And so does Horvat. So we got 2 top lines now that they're very, very different but almost the second line has that speed coming through now, and not so much, at least with Palmieri and Nelson, and not so much, the top line. But they're playing to their strengths, which is something that I like to see. They're not trying to make it seem like they were going to replace Duclair and Barzal. They're just playing the best they can with Horvat, because you can't replace those two guys naturally on their speed and talent. You can't.
Between Nelson and Palmieri, they have 12 goals, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Their line you can't touch, and the top line, like I said, this new reformed top line, temporarily, whatever you want to call it, playing really well.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid line. They have a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm content with this week. Yeah, you want to see better. I know we won 2 out of the 3 games. It's great, but you want to see better on our special teams, our power play, and defense. And like I said, it's all going to come in time when these guys come back. No offense, but like Cholowski's not great. Midfield's hot garbage right now.
Yeah.
And it's just not what we want right now on the ice. But it is what it is. We got to deal with our cards. And every team goes through it. Yeah. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, everybody goes through it. The good positive, like I said, the big positive is seeing Isaiah George telling everybody that he can fucking play.
He shows it,
Yeah, he can fucking play. Wally actually got a goal.
He's going to be on the team for the next 10 years now.
Yeah, he'll be on the team forever now. He's not going anywhere. He's now a staple. They're going to put his fucking number up in the banners.
Yeah, I mean, good goal by him. Can't really fuck up that. I'm surprised he didn't backhand it, but he just stopped the right end. So it was a good goal. It was almost a year from his last goal. If you saw that.
Is a year?
It was almost a year. It was like 330 days from the last time he scored. So.
Oh my God. Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, the guy hasn't really been playing great, so him to score is fine. I don't care. Just because I don't really like the guy doesn't mean I don't want him to succeed or score. That's all great for the team.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that pessimistic about the guy. It was good to see. It was actually on. Was it Holstrom's goal? No, it wasn't Holstrom's first goal.
I'm not sure. He scored first in the Devils game.
I think it was him though. He was on there with McLean and Martin. I think
maybe that's probably the Devils game.
And Martin opened up the lane for him with a big hit, clearing that spot, and then Holstrom scored. Holstrom had a great game. My God,
Holstrom's good, man.
He's very good. But like now, he's kind of like he's not paired with Pajot, and he's not on the top line like how we've seen him most of this season. So now he's kind of just on a line with guys that he doesn't normally play with, and he's kind of taking control of that line, which is great. At least, especially against the Devils.
I mean, Lee and Horvat too, man. Like I said, they're not scoring a whole lot, but points-wise, they're getting a good amount of points.
Yeah,
and a lot of assists. So Lee looks good. I feel like his role fits where he is. He's not a first-line guy, so
no, definitely not.
I'm happy that he's not doing that. So
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean he's definitely putting up good numbers, at least for this season compared to the prior season. I mean, he wasn't really putting up much at all, and we were thinking about him just being the odd man out. But I mean, the guy's got
last season we were talking about that.
He's got 3 points in the last 3 games, which is great. I mean,
he's like 10 points for the season or something like that. He looks all right.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, great. So, I mean, if you guys keep that up for 82 games, I don't think that's going to stay that way because eventually everyone's going to be healthy. He's going to move down.
Yeah.
Still, even when he wasn't on the top line, he was still really playing the way that he always was playing, which is just crashing that net, getting the big body in, and doing what he does best, which is just trying to screen.
Yep. That's his go-to.
Yeah,
that's his go-to.
Yeah,
man.
So, but yeah, definitely some guys that are standing out in a good way, and guys that are standing out in bad ways. For the upcoming road trip, we're seeing mostly Western Conference, except for Detroit.
We got what? Detroit. We have
Detroit, Edmonton, Seattle, Calgary, and Vancouver. Not in that order, but I think it's Edmonton.
Well, so I'm gonna guess we're gonna do the Canadian teams first.
Yeah, and then Detroit
with a pit stop in like Seattle, then end in Detroit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I'll keep it real with you. I think Calgary would be good to win. Seattle should be a win. Detroit should be a win. Those three minimum should be wins. At least. Edmonton's going to be tough. But you just came off a 3-day break, so maybe you could do something. But, yeah, you got to beat the Canadian teams. And you got to beat Detroit. It sucks none of those are Metro games, but it is what it is. They're free points. We got to take them. But,
yeah,
it's gonna be a lot for Sorokin. He's definitely gonna start a lot of those games. Varley's probably gonna play the Seattle game. He's probably gonna play the Detroit game, and then Sorokin's gonna take the Canadian games. So that's what I think it's gonna be. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Yeah, man. So those teams think are not playing Winnipeg.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I don't think we're getting anything past Helbachuk. My God. That guy is fucking crazy.
I know they're good. Even Kate says they're good.
He went from fucking winning the Vezina last season to here, hold my beer. I'm ready to do it again. I mean, the guy is incredible already. Incredible. Oh my goodness.
What do you think about that? I mean, what do you think? I think.
I'm gonna. Every team is a beatable team. Depending on how we play against them. I know it sounds like a cliche kind of thing to say, but a team like Edmonton's, their defense and goaltending are still not great.
They're just offense. They're a team that could put 5-6 goals on you, though.
Yeah, they are. So they are. So that's where we're really going to have to kind of find what's within ourselves and play this fucking strong defensive game that we need to play. And it doesn't have to be a perfect game because these guys. Are not perfect defensively themselves, but we also don't have the speed and offensive capabilities of being able to counter. And
no, I'm really hoping Romy and Riley come back within this next span of games, man. I'm really hoping so.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, you're right. Every game's winnable. I'm hoping with those 5-6 games, we could at least grab 3 or 4 of them.
It would be nice for those 5 games to come away with 3 wins. That would be
right. It'd be nice, and then maybe you lose one in overtime, so you grab the extra point. Yeah. But gotta win them. We have games in hand right now against a few of our teams in our division, so we need to win.
Yeah,
that needs to be a thing. No one else is really slowing down in the league. The Metro is still pretty tight, and no one's really slowing it down. Rangers looking good. Boston's looking good. Everybody's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Boston. I'm sorry. Rangers looking good, and Carolina's looking pretty good. So, and the Devils look good too, 100%. The only team that really doesn't look good is the Penguins, and even the Capitals. Man, Ovechkin's doing his thing.
Yeah, I know. They're just ready to let that guy beat Gretzky's record. That's all they give a fuck about at this point. That's all they care about. They do have one young kid though, Connor McMichael. He's fucking really good. He's a left winger.
I don't know. Yeah, I have to watch. I haven't watched them.
Yeah, he's I've just been reading up on some of the stuff. Pretty good. The team really, really needs to dig down, especially on the road trip. We've been playing better on the road than we have been.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah,
which is good. I guess you got to simplify your game when you're on the road. So, and I think we should fucking play that way everywhere. I mean, even when we were in the bubble, man, when there was no fans, we fucking played great. It's we can't have anybody there. Nobody watching. That's how this team fucking plays. And I'm fine with it. I don't care. I mean, I'd rather have them win and, never go to a game. But I definitely want to.
Yeah, I didn't go to any games in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
I didn't go to any games. Yeah.
Nobody went. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I didn't go to any.
They got to double down on how they've been playing. The defense, like we just talked about, is the only thing that sucks. Cut the minutes of Mayfield and Cholowski. They've already cut it for Cholowski. The problem is when you cut it for fucking Mayfield, because Mayfield's still getting 20-plus minutes. It's because he's making up for Cholowski. That's the only thing. And you don't want to give Hutton too many minutes either. But
that's what I was about to say. I mean, I need to give Hutton some minutes, and you don't know how that's going to play out.
Well, he plays fine. He doesn't play. He's nothing special. That's the one thing, and I'm
that's
fine
the thing,
with that.
Though. I guess, but we
need
an edge on the defense right now. We don't have that with all these guys out. Like Riley has the speed, Romanov's a fucking body, and Pellick and Pulock just mesh well together. Yeah. So no, you're right, man. I mean,
I mean, I don't
like
know
I
how
said,
much
hopefully,
more minutes you can give to Isaiah George. I mean, he's already at 25.
no, and he's still new. Like he's unpredictable. You know what I mean? You don't know anything about him. He's still very unpredictable. Yeah, no, Mayfield needs to lose his minutes. Yeah, man. I mean, this is a big road trip coming up. These guys got to win. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I mean, every game's fun to watch. You know, we're never really out of it until it's over. You know, that's
No.
how I see it. Every game we're pretty much fighting to the teeth, even when we're fucking winning.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
third period has been the strongest period all season.
we
But it's
got
because we fucking blow these leads. That's the biggest thing.
sucks. Yeah,
Blow
that's
these
the
leads and-
absolute shitty part about it is that we're blowing these fucking leads.
So having a good third period is great, but if you have a bad first and second period, that's the only reason why you're going to have a strong third period.
I agree.
You got to play a full 60. That's the biggest thing.
And we're not going to see that for a while. We're not going to see that for a while, especially with all these guys out. Everybody's going to be tired in their own way.
Yeah, but I mean,
hopefully Wah shows some enthusiasm because it could be a lot worse, man. I'm sure if you took 5 players away from a lot of other teams, they'd fucking crumble. Especially when you took our first line. Our first line, it's gone.
Yeah,
and our defense is all fucked. And we're still fucking coming in, man. You know what I mean? We're making it work right now, and that shows that Wah's a good fucking coach.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He knows his shit. He's not a fucking. He knows his shit, dude. Yeah, that's really all I got. I mean, like I say, it wasn't like crazy good hockey. It was good hockey to watch this week. Saw a couple good wins, but there's a lot to improve, man. You know, and you know this. I mean, we've talked about it. So 5 games ahead, man. That's how I see it. The big conversation talker was Isaiah George, and I think he brought a little life into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit of positivity.
And that was cool. It was cool to see him on that 3-3 in overtime. I was surprised that he went on the ice, but I was with it. You know. What else we got? Yeah.
No, man. Listen, I agree with you. Even when you were saying that a lot of teams would crumble losing 5 guys, I mean,
yeah,
fucking Edmonton lost 1 guy. I know it's Connor McDavid, but they lost 1 guy.
Yeah.
And they were fucking.
Look at the Avalanche. Look at the
Jesus,
Avalanche.
I mean,
Avalanche were like 0-8, bro. It was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, dude, like we're figuring the fuck out. You know, we're plugging away. You know, we're figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And I know the first 2 weeks our defensive pairings were all shit. But now, you know, we tested it out. We see what works and see what doesn't work, and we'll figure it out, you know? I mean, that's what's going to happen. Every time, someone goes down, we'll figure it out. I mean, it sucks it all happened at once in the beginning of the season, but we figured it out. We figured out what our first lines are going to be, what our second lines are going to be, and we'll figure it out. And that's what we're doing, man. We're playing good hockey with it. You know, our second line's doing great. Picked up a lot of slack for the other lines, and it's good, dude. You know, thank God. I mean, we're still putting up 3-4 goals a game, so I can't complain about that.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't get blanked this week, right?
No, we did not.
Yeah, you know, so, yeah, man.
All positive things. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta stay positive this episode. We won 2 games, so I can't shit on these guys too much.
Yeah, we won 2 games. Even though you're still wearing black, we won 2 games.
Right, no, I know. I was gonna wear my military jersey, that military appreciation jersey. I was gonna wear that.
Yeah, especially for Veterans Day. Yeah. But
you're right. I'll wear it next week.
That's all right.
You know, but
yeah, like you said, I think last game brought a little bit of life in Wah, which was nice to see. He did come out and say that we did not play a great game. We had a bad 2 first periods. He was honest with the team, which is great. Because we've been hearing a lot of, even when getting shut out, we've been hearing a lot of they're playing the right way, good hockey, not getting the right chances, and a lot of that is like, all right, we're playing okay hockey, we're still not positioning well, and
we're losing. We're not putting it, and we're getting 52 shots on goal, but we can't put a goal in. It's nonsense.
And if you notice, the last couple of games, we've been outshot, and we're fucking.
Yeah, we were outshot against New Jersey,
and we're outshot against Ottawa too. I'm pretty sure, and we fucking won.
I don't even know we put up 20 shots against Jersey. Yeah.
Fuck crazy.
Yeah.
So. But yeah. So positive things going forward. Guys are clicking. Some guys are not, but that's how it always is. You see some youth coming into the game, which could be positive along the long run, especially. And we got a 5-game road trip, and we're pretty good on the road. So we'll see what happens. It's the Western Conference. Western Conference is very, very difficult to play against.
We'll figure it out, though.
But I think we'll be all right. It'll be nice to kind of just see some new faces, and instead of dealing with the same old Metro, which is fine. and hopefully get some points and start, building up this this momentum that we have right now. I know we just lost the Jersey.
It's good playing it's good playing teams outside of our division because they don't know our game. Like, they watch film or whatever, but they don't know our game.
Yeah,
when
we got to capitalize on that.
When we played like Pittsburgh and we played Carolina and we played the Rangers, like they know, bro. Like, they know how this shit works. But when we're playing, I don't know, the Wild in a couple of weeks, like it's gonna be foreign to them.
Yeah,
we're gonna play them once or twice a season. So I'm excited for the West Coast. It's gonna be good. And except I don't really, and even as a fan, I'm just an Islanders fan. Even as a fan in general, you don't get to really watch Connor McDavid play. You know what I mean?
No,
so,
you don't.
You don't, and it's kind of cool to watch that. No, you're right, man.
It'll be great to see.
Hopefully by next episode we'll have a few good things to talk about. That's what I'm hoping for, bro.
For sure. And all these games coming up are definitely, like I said, winnable, including Edmonton. I mean, Edmonton, they're not an unbeatable team. They have some crazy players, but
no one seems to be unbeatable.
But they're, even with their crazy players, man. I mean, they're sitting at 500 like we are. Mm-hmm. So don't mean shit. Mm-hmm. So if we can shut down their two big guys and Draisaitl and McDavid,
that's it.
We're all right. Yeah. They don't have anybody really great in net, and I'm very, very happy with having somebody like Pajot or Horvat or Nelson.
Put the dogs on him.
Just fucking light him the fuck up. That would be great. But big game tomorrow. Big game every fucking upcoming game. These next five games, all of these big fucking games. The only thing is, I'm trying to think how late are these fucking games? Do we know? They're probably going to be.
Might be 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
8 o'clock to 10 o'clock games, probably. Yeah.
But it's what it is, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We will. We definitely will. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been another episode of Sunny Days of the Racetrack. We have seen. Oh, look at that. Kiss from this guy. Oh, my goodness. Was it for me or was it for the fans?
For you, brother.
Oh man, this is great. I give you one too. It's a little bit of gayness, but it's okay.
That's all right. 2024.
Rocking the hat, rocking the Sunny Days in Flushing hat. I'm sure our boy Matt would appreciate it. Shout out to Sunny Days in Detroit, right? Sunny Days in Detroit.
Yeah.
And let's go Lions. Let's go Islanders. Let's fucking
I hope so, man. So 5 more games.
5 more games. All right, Isles Nation. You have a good night,
brother.
and we will see you soon.